this season. Holy shit. So Game of Thrones Season 3 is Season 3 of this amazing fantasy drama series on HBO. And like I said before in the previous 2 season reviews, I'm not going to go over the plot because that would take me forever to do. And just forewarning before I continue, this is a spoiler-filled review of Game of Thrones Season 3. If you have not seen Season 3, shame on you for not watching Game of Thrones already. Seriously, go check it out. But then again, the gratuitous may be a little bit too much for some. If you have not seen Game of Thrones Season 3 in particular, go watch it first. Or if you want to rewatch it first, then come back here because, oh my god, some shit happens. Just like the previous 2 season reviews of Game of Thrones, I'm going to go over the pros and the cons, but I'm going to go way more in depth into what I liked and what I guess I didn't like about Season 3. So without any further ado, let's talk some Game of Thrones Season 3 spoilers. Okay, now for this, I'm gonna be jumping all over the place. So guys, just like the previous 2 reviews for the previous 2 seasons of Game of Thrones, I'm just gonna talk about my favorite moments and my favorite scenes from Season 3. One in particular, oh my god. Now if you guys remember from Season 2, Stannis Baratheon was having sex with a girl that would give him his first child because Stannis' wife was not doing that for him. And in Season 2, the shadow that this girl gave birth to killed King Renly. Everyone believes it's Brienne that did it from what the King's Guard did. Catelyn Stark tells Brienne to get the hell out because that sense that she is the one who killed the guards. Brienne just goes away with Jaime Lannister. And there are brief spots where in Season 3 where Jaime and Brienne are trying to survive the wilderness together, trying to get Jaime back to King's Landing so that maybe, just maybe, the Starks can go back with their mother. Unfortunately, though, it does not happen, and I'll explain why near the end. At one point, this group captures Brienne and Jaime, and they're about to start raping Brienne when Jaime negotiators tells them, hey, don't do it. But as a result, Jaime Lannister's hand gets cut off, and yeah, that was pretty graphic. Now, if you guys remember at the end of Season 2, Theon Greyjoy is knocked out by his own team because Theon, yeah, he was a little too cocky. He was a cocky prick, honestly. So he gets captured and he's tortured. So then there was this mysterious guy that comes in and he claims to save him. So he leads him under these tunnels only to bring him back to that same exact place. And this guy, oh, Ramsay is his name, and Ramsay, I fucking hate Ramsay. Now, I thought I would hate Theon. Everyone was telling me, believe me, in Season 3, you're gonna come back to feel bad for Theon, and they were right because, god damn, the shit that Ramsay puts Theon through, Jesus God. Ramsay is the definition of a sadistic fuck. One point, Ramsay at this point, he was such an asshole for doing this. And I knew this was a trick. And that's when Theon, you know, he's just there. He's just, at this point, he's close to just being a broken man, like a broken soul, broken spirit. These 2 girls come in and they're making the moves on Theon. They start having a threesome with him. And I just thought, this is not going to end well for Theon. It turns out I was right because Ramsay comes right along and just tells got me all jealous up in here. And then Ramsay says, I'm gonna take away something I know you love. And Theon's just screaming, and so Ramsay cuts off Theon's dick. So then Ramsay just keeps beating Theon until Theon is just a broken dude. This guy, he's like, okay, imagine Alex from Clockwork Orange, but it's Theon Greyjoy. That's Theon Greyjoy for you. He's pretty much, he has no free will. He has no free will. He's made into an animal pretty much. Now going to Jon Snow. If you guys remember in Season 2, Jon Snow was captured by a wildly named Ygritte, who in Season 3 becomes the love interest for Jon Snow. And Jon Snow, from what you guys remember, I think it was in Season 2 where Sam and Jon, you know, had this heartfelt discussion about women, and Jon Snow had revealed to Sam that he'd never been with a woman before, and Sam was very shocked at this because Jon Snow, I'm not gonna lie, he's a good looking dude. I mean, judging from him, you think he would have been with a billion women already. Jon and Ygritte get very along very quickly. Like, Ygritte's messing around with Jon. Jon does the same thing back. And, Jon, I gotta say, I compliment you on your taste in women. I know I feel with those redheads, man. I know how you feel. They form a little romance, and you're like, aw, Jon! Which makes things so much more heartbreaking near the end of the season. I mean, it's so fucking heartbreaking. But now cutting to another character, Bram Stark. Now, if you guys remember correctly, in Season 1, he's paralyzed from the waist down since Season 1. And now there's another character, I can't remember who his name is, but I know he is in the Maze Runner series so far. And Hodor is with him and somebody else as they're trying to find the three-eyed raven because Bram has some magical gifts. And they're pretty sick, dare I say. But basically, they're at this one tower, and Jon Snow, along with the wildlings, and it's thundering and lightning. And one thing we don't realize is that Hodor is scared shitless of lightning, to the point where he starts screaming his name. So then one of the wildlings catches one of the farmers, or it's someone that's near the tower. And so then one of them tries to get Jon to kill somebody, and Jon goes back in the wildlings, and he just goes to this guy who's like, "You were right the whole time." He's like, just like, not impales him, but like just stabs him right in the stomach. It goes right out his back. He fights the wildlings, and Jon gets away while Ygritte is just heartbroken because she has pretty much given herself to him multiple times. And I felt bad for her too because, well, and for him because the two of them was like they were going to have a great little romance. And one of the few good romances that were actually done in TV or film or anything in the entertainment industry. Like, these two, I thought were really cute together. But then basically what happens is that near the end of the season, Ygritte finally catches up to Jon. And Jon is at a camp where he finally goes away, and Jon reveals that he's in love with her. And Ygritte looks so heartbroken. She looks like she's about to cry. Then Jon says, "You're not gonna shoot at me. I know you love me." And then you can just see Ygritte going like, "Fuck you." When he goes away, Ygritte shoots bows at him, shoots 3 arrows in him, and Jon gets away. And it's like, god dang, like, the one thing that Jon had going for him was now completely screwed. Now, if you guys remember in last season, Tyrion has been with this whore named Shae, who Tyrion is in absolute love with. The problem is that he cannot be with her or else Shae is going to get killed. Tywin, who doesn't know about Shae, you know, being Tyrion's love interest, tells Tyrion they're gonna marry Sansa Stark. Tyrion has an arranged marriage with Sansa, and don't forget, Joffrey's still king. Joffrey's still king. So they go to their wedding, and you know, in order to, I guess, cloak Sansa with this cloak of defense, or this cloak of protection that you need to do, it's taken away because Joffrey decides to be an asshole again about it. So Joffrey takes away his stool, and so when Tyrion tries to cloak Sansa, everyone starts laughing at him. Joffrey's... This is why I'm excited to talk about Season 4, because my god, the best thing ever happened in Season 4, something I was so happy about. So Tyrion weds Sansa, and they have a little wedding party. So Tyrion gets drunk off his ass. I mean, Tyrion, he's straight up just like dozed at this point. Sansa leaves for a little bit. Joffrey goes to her and is like, "Well, so it wouldn't matter if I went to your room tonight after your husband passed out." "Oh, no matter. It doesn't really matter which one puts the baby inside of you. One of my guards will hold you down." I hate Joffrey, but the kid playing Joffrey is an absolutely incredible actor. He does a great job of playing him. And people have been telling me there's someone I'm gonna hate even more than Joffrey. I don't know how that's possible because Joffrey, this guy is the devil incarnate besides Ramsay. The part coming up right here was one of my most absolute favorite moments the entire season. This is episode 8. So Joffrey tries to bid off Sansa to get her to sleep with other guys. And Tyrion says there will be no bidding ceremony, and Joffrey says it's a tradition. And then so Tyrion, being the badass that he is, takes out the knife, puts it in this table, and then he says, "Then you'll be fucking your bride with a wooden cock." And right when I heard that, I just did this. I love you, Tyrion. And then Joffrey says, "What did you say?" And Tyrion just gives him the stare down, and Joffrey says, "What did you say?" Tywin saves Tyrion's ass, thank God. Honestly, that moment with Tyrion was my favorite moment of season 3. Khaleesi, I know her real name is Daenerys, but anyways, goes to a new city with her troops, and I think it was, I can't remember what the city name was, but Daenerys takes over the city, and, you know, telling her, I'm gonna free these slaves, and we're gonna get to my, you know, my path to the Iron Throne. But Khaleesi takes over the thing, and all the people call her mother, which is Misa, I believe it's. I'm pronouncing the thing wrong, but I'll put the proper spelling of it right here, but I think it's Misa or something. Misa. Oh my god, no. Alright guys, here we go. I'm gonna talk about now probably the most heartbreaking episode of season 3, and probably the most heartbreaking episode I have probably seen in Game of Thrones history so far. So in episode 9, The Rids of Castamere. I will not lie, guys. Before I even started watching Game of Thrones, I knew what this episode was. I knew it was all about the Red Wedding, and unfortunately it was spoiled for me. But here's the thing, even though I knew what was going to happen, watching the events leading up to the Red Wedding honestly made it even more heartbreaking for me. But basically what happens is that the Starks go to Walder Frey, who is Filch. Yeah, he's dick. Robb Stark gets married, and they have their wedding reception with Walder Frey. And there's just something going on here the entire time. And one of Walder Frey's daughters goes away with another man. And so when they're away, everyone is having a guard at all time, but everyone is all armored up. They have all their crossbows ready. So you're thinking, okay, there's something up here. And then when Catelyn Stark is talking to this one guy, basically he puts his arm on the table, and then Catelyn Stark raises his arm up, and then I saw chainmail, and I just thought, oh shit. No. Catelyn slaps the guy, Walder Frey gets the doors locked, and then he just orders his troops to kill the Starks. One of the soldiers takes the knife and stabs Robb's pregnant wife. I'm not gonna lie, guys, that entire scene just made me go like, oh my god, no. I was crying at this point. I'm getting misty-eyed thinking about it right now, but every one of the Starks is dead besides the younger children, thank God. Then Catelyn takes one of Walder Frey's wives and says, let us go or else I'll cut this girl up. I'll cut her throat. And then Walder says the most asshole thing he could possibly say, and he says, I'll get another. Then Catelyn just cuts this girl's throat, and then one of the soldiers cuts Catelyn Stark's throat, and then the episode ends, and I was just like, oh. Shit. Fuck you, Walder Frey! Seriously, Walder Frey can go fuck himself, go in a pit, and just kill himself, stab himself multiple times to death. That dude deserves to die. Oh my, and if it's anyone, please let it be Brienne. Please let it be Brienne. Then so Joffrey says, basically the Starks are all dead. I'm going to give Catelyn Stark's head to Sansa at my wedding. And I just thought, Joffrey, could you be any more of a cock-ass bitch than you already are? Like, seriously? But then Tyrion once again saves the day in this scene. So Joffrey gives Tyrion the Snow, or rather one of the old guys, like this creepy pervert. So then Joffrey calls Tyrion a little monster, and Tyrion says, oh, monster, better be careful then, because kings these days are dying like flies. And then so Joffrey says, I can have your tongue out for saying that. I am the king! And then Tywin says, any person who says I am the king is no true king. You will learn that. Tywin is a dick, but this is one of the few moments where I was just like, finally, Tywin, you finally say something to your nephew. About fucking time. So if you guys remember correctly, I believe it's in season 1, or I think it was early in season 2, Sam meets this girl named Gilly, and Sam gives Gilly this little, I think it was a pendant that his mother gave him. So Sam reunites with her, and shit goes down where Gilly lives, and it's also revealed that Gilly has a baby now. So Sam helps Gilly escape, and they get to this one little hut where they stay for the night. During this whole thing, you can hear crows outside, and I just thought, okay, what's going on here? And then Sam says, I'm gonna go investigate, and before he goes outside, I just had the feeling that this was not gonna be good. So as soon as Sam gets outside, there's a shit ton of crows outside, I mean a shit ton of crows. After like a minute or so, you hear this shriek or you hear this scream, and I just thought, oh no. Now, if you guys remember also, in the end of season 2, I didn't talk about this, but I put a little picture near the end that the White Walkers had come back. And they're like the zombies of Walking Dead, but scarier version of zombies. And it's that White Walker that Sam looked at, and the White Walker just comes at him. Sam tries to defend Gillian the baby. The White Walker just vaporizes the sword. The White Walker's getting closer, closer, and closer to Gilly and this kid. And then so Sam has this dragon glass dagger. He goes up to the White Walker and just stabs him right in the back, and the White Walker is done for. And so Sam and Gilly do what any normal person would do after they kill that when there's a whole bunch of crows. They get the fuck out of there. Now, I guess really my only con with season 3 is that, like the other seasons, it's a little gratuitous for some, like particularly the Red Wedding. That whole scene with the Red Wedding, that's gonna depress people, and it sure as hell had an effect on me. I'm not kidding you guys. After the Red Wedding happened, and after season 3 ended, I literally took a few days off of Game of Thrones because it just put me down so much. Because Walter, oh my god, Walter. For some, it may be a little too much for some. Now, while I do love Game of Thrones season 2 a little bit more than season 3, season 3 is an incredible season nonetheless. Overall, season 3, like season 2, gets a 5 out of 5 stars. I absolutely loved season 3, and I'm just loving, I'm falling in love with the show, guys. Seriously, Game of Thrones season 3 was great. Alrighty guys, so Game of Thrones season 3, what was your favorite part of season 3 of Game of Thrones, or let's say your favorite moments of season 3? Comment down, let me know below. If you guys enjoyed my review of Game of Thrones season 3, please like and share this video, click right here, and as always, until the next review, I will see you all next time.